right, Unit 5 quiz review. Write each ratio in simplest form. All that's doing is reducing your fractions. So 12 over 15, what goes into 12 and 15? All right? 3 goes into both of them, right? So that's going to be 3 times 4, 3 times 5, you're done. What goes into 8 and 20? 4. 2 times and 5 times. And if you don't pick the biggest number, oh well, you just try again with another number afterwards. You just reduce it a second time. 3 goes into both, so 1 time and 8 times. 2 goes into both, 1 time and 9 times. Let's say here, I see 6. So that goes in 4 times and 6 times. But then I go, wait a minute, they're both even. So I can divide by 2 and get 2 over 3. Now, could I go on here directly? Sure, if I would have noticed that 12 goes into both. No big deal if it takes 2 steps. 12 and 9. 3 goes in 4 times here and 3 times here. Now, if you're handy with the calculator, you can also, on your calculators, hit alpha y equals. Alpha Sorry, I was being goofy. So you can just pick alpha y equals and then hit number 1 and put 12 and go down here and put 15 and hit enter and it will reduce it for you. Okay, so 8 over 20, alpha y equals. Hit enter, 8, go down here, 20. There you go, Merry Christmas. All right. Solve each proportion. This is where we're going to cross multiply. So 15 times x, nice. We're going this way, equals 3 times 10, which is 30. Divide by 15, x equals 2. 14h equals 7 times 4, which is 28. Divide by 14, h is 2. 8a equals 12 times 14. You may not know that off the top of your head, so you have to put in your calculator and you'll get 168. That's okay. And then you're going to divide by 8 and get a is 21. 5m equals 4 times 10, which is 40. Divide by 5. M equals 8. Set a ratio for each and then simplify. Okay? Very simple. All we're going to do is write the fraction and reduce. So, I'm not even going to write, I'm just going to reduce the numbers. So what goes into 15 and 25? 5. So 3 times, I'm going to abbreviate feet, write the word 2. 25 divided by 5 is 5 feet. What goes into 48 and 15? 3. Okay? Not 5, not 15. So 3. So 48 divided by 3 is 16. I'm going to abbreviate centimeters. 15 divided by 3 is 5 centimeters. You always want to put it in reduced form. 45 and 60. You might notice 5 goes in, and then you'll get 9 and 12, but then 3 goes into both of those. So if you notice, 15 goes into both. 3 times and 4 times. Now again, you might have done divide by 5, you got 9 over 12, and then just reduce it again, and you got 3 and 4. So it takes 2 steps, no big deal. Both of these are even. That's the only number that goes into them both. So 2, that's going to be 7 inches to 12 inches. 3 goes into both of these. So 12 divided by 3 is 4 inches. 2, 3 divided by 3 is 1 foot. Keep the labels the same. 80 and 2, divisible by 2. So 40 centimeters to 1 meter. All right, determine if these are similar. Well, all the angles are 90, so angles congruent, check. Now we just got to see 3 to 6 and 4 to 8. Hopefully you can see that without checking it, that they're both double, but if you want to do the work, that's 0.5 as a decimal, 0.5 as a decimal, so the answer is yes. Sides are proportional, angles are equal. This one, nope. Yes, the sides are proportional, 3 to 4, 3 to 4, 3 to 4. The problem is the angles are not the same. So angles not congruent. Well, that doesn't look very good, does it? Well, let's see what it's supposed to look like. Well, that was supposed to be that small. This is supposed to be a 2 here. This is supposed to be a 3, and a 5, and right angles there. Sorry about that. So, we have 2 to 5, and 1 to 3. So, angles are congruent, check. But 2 to 5 is not the same thing as 1 to 3. This 5 would have to be a 6. You can prove it, okay? 2 divided by 5, if you want to do it as a decimal, is 0.4, and this is 0.3 repeating. So the answer is no. Sides are not proportional. All right, this one got a little bit of redrawing to do, okay? I'm going to make this one, the small one, look kind of like the big one. So my angles there are the same, angles there are the same. That matches up. This is 3, and these are both 3.5. Okay? So 3 times 2 is 6. This doubled is 7. Hopefully you can see that. Since you can see they're proportional, it is yes. Congruent angles and proportional sides. The small one's half the big one, the big one's double the small one. All right, all 90 degrees. Double, same thing, yes. Angles are congruent, sides are proportional. 24. All the angles are exactly the same. 14 to 26 is the same as 14 to 26, is the same as 14 to 26, so it's yes. And again, both of those are yes because angles are congruent, sides are proportional. All right. If they are proportional, similar, what's x and y? So I'm going to kind of rotate this one. Obviously, all 90 degrees. Okay? And I'm going to put 16 here and 4 here. Okay? So 4 compares to 6. The same as 16 compares to y. So 4 to 6, 16 to y. Now I just cross multiply. So 4y equals 6 times 16 is 96. And if I divide by 4, I get 24. So y equals 24. So this is 24 right here. And x has got to be 6. It's a rectangle. So opposite sides the same. All right. This one, you might want to rotate it. If you don't have to, that's fine. I'm going to. I'm going to rotate this one like this. I'm going to put the single arcs down here, the double arcs up here. I'm going to put y down here, 6 up here, x right there. Now, what's my magic ratio? Well, 10 and y I don't know anything. 4 and x I don't know anything. This is my magic ratio, 3 and 6. So I hopefully can already tell what the answer is. The big one is double. Okay? So if this is 4, this is going to be 8, and this is going to be 20. If I did not see it, if there were harder decimals, it would be this simple. I would say 3 goes with 6. The same way 4 goes with x. And I would do 3x equals 24, x equals 8. Same thing, I'd use my magic ratio, 3 over 6 equals 10 over y. I would get 3y equals 60, and y equals 20. So if I did not see off the top of my head that it was a simple times 2 times 3, that's how I would do it. Find the magic ratio, and then solve for each letter separately. Okay. All the angles match up. Here, whoops. Here's my magic ratio right here. Again, if I didn't know what was going on, if it wasn't obviously times 2, I would just say 6 and 12, and y and 20. Then cross multiply and divide. And same thing, I would do 6 and 12. X is on the small one, 16 is on the big one. I would cross multiply and divide. But since the small one is half the big one, 6 times 2 is 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Then x is 8, and y is 10. All right, I'm going to rotate this one just because it's easier for me to process. So that line's up there. Okay, 9 is the top number up here. My x is here, my y is here. So what's my magic ratio? 6 and 9. This is one I don't know right off the top of my head. It's not 6 times 2, something like that. So 6 over 9 is my magic ratio. Let's solve for x first. X matches up with the 10. Now 6 is on the small one, 10 is on the small one, x goes here. And remember, if it helps to put small and big here, do so. So I'm going to get 6x equals 90, and I'm going to divide by 6 and get x is 15. I'm just going to do it one more time. My magic ratio, 6 over 9. Y and 16 correspond with each other. So again, 16 is on the small one. I'm trying to find y on the big one. So 6y equals 9 times 16, which is 144. And if I divide that by 6, I get 24. All right, we're almost done. Determine if they're similar. If so, write the statements. So we know we have vertical angles here. So we have AA. So ABC. So we're going from nothing out to 1 and down to this one. So nothing out to 1 onto this one. So that's going to be ADE. It doesn't ask, but I'm going to write it in by angle, angle, similarity. Okay, RST. It's kind of confusing because they're spun around. RST. So if you notice, we have double, double, and double. If you want to redraw it, you can. So RS right here corresponds to YZ. Okay? So therefore, RST is going to be similar to YZX. Because notice, I'm starting at the R, going out the base, and coming up to the top. So, starting at the Y, going out to the Z, and coming back that way. And I'm just going to add by SSS similarity. All right, for this one, what do we have? Well, we have two angles, one on each one. We do not have vertical angles here, so we don't know anything about those two. We only have one side, so that's a no. We don't have enough information. Here it looks like we're looking at SAS similarity. So we just set up 9 is to 12, the same way 6 is to 8. I just divide. 9 divided by 12, I get 0.75. 6 divided by 8, I get 0.75, so it's yes. NLM, so the top down to the 1, UTS. And I'm just going to add by SAS similarity. And right here, we're good to go. We have two angles. Whoops. We have 35 and we have 40. So we know we're going to have by AA similarity. So BAC is starting at the 40, going to the no angle to the 35. So starting at the 40, no angle 35 is LFG. Oh, one more page. Actually, I just realized this is extra information. It's not in your packet, so just use it for extra studying.